Well, California prisons are beyond capacity. A federal court mandate would release inmates to try to help reduce overcrowding. Well, meantime, California schools are going through drastic cuts. Teachers are being laid off. Class sizes are growing.
In light of deep budget cuts, News 10's Suzanne Phan takes a closer look at what the state spends on our inmates versus our students. Suzanne.
Well, Dale, Christina, we're looking specifically at what the state spends on prison inmates versus students in K through 12 for a year. Now, it costs roughly 7 times more to keep an inmate locked up than to send a student to school. Behind bars, in a place like Folsom Prison, there's a heavy price tag for incarceration. Statewide, more than 166,000 inmates are in prison, and that can get expensive. On average, the state of California spends $52,000 a year per inmate for incarceration. California spends $8.6 billion on its prisons. That's about 11% of the state budget.
Those are the costs of guarding them, of providing medical care to them, the costs for the facilities.
But from Folsom State Prison to William Land Elementary School, there's quite a difference from what the state of California spends on a student like 7-year-old Jamison Nessler. Right now, the state spends more than $52,000 to keep an inmate locked up for a year. Compare that to about $7,400 spent this year to educate one student in K through 12.
I think they're going the wrong direction. I think
parents like Cassandra Nessler believe the state's priorities are off when it comes to spending. She doesn't understand why so much is spent on prisons or why so much is being cut from schools.
Just this last year, they've taken away the summer program, which is really frustrating because he needs the extra help.
Really, if we want to invest in our future, we need to protect spending for education.
There are a lot of things that drive the cost of incarcerating an inmate in California. That said, the governor wants to take steps to bring those costs down, which is why he's proposing an $800 million reduction in the Corrections Department's budget.
Even though California spends a lot less on its students versus its inmates, keep in mind the state has about 6 million students. That means 35% of the state budget is spent on education, a much bigger chunk than the 11% spent on state prisons. The spending numbers continue to surprise many people, whether it's cutting costs or grappling with budget shortfalls in our schools or in our prisons. It remains to be a complex and challenging issue. And this past January, Governor Schwarzenegger proposed a constitutional amendment that would cap correctional budget spending at 7%. It would require at least 10% of the budget to be spent on higher education. Back to you.
Suzanne, thanks. We want to take a quick look now at higher education and compare those costs. Sending a student to Stanford, one of the best universities in the country, in fact the world, still costs $2,000 less than state prison. UOP, $8,000 less. Sac State, UC Davis, even much less than that.